the document of Pope Pius V, 𝐭 primum, we have to be careful from the point of view of doctrine. It is not an infallible decision, because infallibility, as we know, is only directly referring to the content of the divine revelation. And so, but to issue a practical order, I mean, to say that you can use these, or you have not to prohibit the use of these. It is a practical order. It's not a issue of the divine revelation to prescribe a rite itself. The rite itself contains, of course, the divine revealed truths, the rite of the liturgy. But these practical aspects, to use or not to use, to punish or not to punish, this is a decision of pastoral aspect, of disciplinary aspect. And so in discipline, we have no dogma of faith that there is the Pope infallible. But in the content of divine revelation. In acting, I mean, this is a practical question. So we have to distinguish this. And to my opinion, this decision of Pope Pius V is not infallible, but it has a highly authority. And by these solemn expressions, I mean, it is so expressed in such an exceptional solemn way, and referring to the concrete rite, I think that because of this, a Pope, his successors, should not prohibit this use or to make invalid this decision of Pope Pius V out of reverence of his predecessors, and also out of reverence for the tradition, for the principle of the tradition. This is an essential characteristic of the Petrine ministry of the Pope, to hand over that which he received. This is the principle of the apostles, St. Paul said. And if a Pope will do this in such an important manner as the celebration of Mass, a rite, and the Church never abrogated or forbade a rite which was celebrated by centuries, even in this case by a millennium, never. And so this is a very important aspect and reason, also a demonstration that if a Pope would do this, he will contradict the manner of acting of the entire Church of 2000 years. And this will be harmful. It will be damage to Church. And it will be an evident abuse of his powers. This is the first. And well, if it would occur, which we hope not, then I think the situation will be similar as after 1970, when Pope Paul VI de facto forbade the celebration of the ancient rite. Then the priests celebrated clandestinely, in clandestinity, continued, and some bishops, and the faithful, especially the una voce groups all over the world, they started to ask the Holy See to grant the permission to celebrate again. And then they came, as we know, in 1984, the first permission by John Paul II again. So I think that if this will occur, it will be more than a short time, and then God will again give his Church a Pope who will restore the justice, the fundamental, it is also a question of justice, a fundamental justice, and the principle of tradition, which is essential characteristic to the Roman Church. The Roman Church was, in 2000 years, with exception of the last 50 years, always an example of keeping faithfully the traditions of the fathers in faith, but also in discipline. And this will continue. This is a gift of God to the Roman See. Even so, in this our current time, this characteristic of fidelity to tradition is partly and obscured, but it is there in the Roman See, and it will continue until the end of time. Even, as I repeat now, currently it is obfuscated. It will reappear again, surely.